Well, hello, YouTube. This is Nisha Cooks TV. Bear with me because I'm working through this and we're gonna show you how to do one of my favorite things in the world, which is American style Chinese food. Anybody that knows me well knows I love American style Chinese food. Right here, I'm just showing you the ingredients for what we're making today. Today we're making some delicious sweet and spicy chicken teriyaki. I got some frozen broccoli, some diced chicken thighs that I've marinated in 1 egg, some soy sauce, a little bit of all-purpose seasoning, little cornstarch, and a splash of water. Let it marinate for about 30 minutes to an hour so it gets nice and tender. Showing you all the ingredients I'm using. Here I'm going to some white rice, where I'm going to measure out about 2 cups of it, and I'm gonna give it a nice thorough rinse. Bear with me, it's difficult being the camera girl and the cook. But we're gonna work it out. Just gonna rinse it with some cold water until I see that the water coming out is running clear. That'll give you a nice fluffy rice. I don't know why I'm draining it so hard. I'm gonna put it in water again. Silly self. I'm gonna do it in an Instant Pot for this one because with rice I can do it on the stove, but I'm doing this really fast. In the Instant Pot you can get some rice ready in about 2 minutes. So I'm using my Instant Pot right here. You can omit this part if you're on a low sodium diet, but I like my rice to have a little bit of flavor, so I'm adding some little bit of white salt, very little bit of black pepper, not really necessary, and a little bit of sprinkle of chicken bouillon. In the Instant Pot, it's very important that you don't put too much water in your rice because it will get mushy really quick. It is a pressure cooker, so you just want to barely cover it. In cooking, remember, it's always easy to add. It's nearly impossible to take away, so don't be afraid to add things a little at a time when you're cooking. If you're not sure how to add something, don't be afraid to put a little bit at a time. Okay, now I'm gonna get to the chicken that's been marinating. I got some oil heated up in a wok. I absolutely love this wok. And you just want to lay them out in an even layer so that they can get nice and brown. Try to make sure it's not too crowded so it doesn't steam too much. You do want to get some good browning on there. I'm cooking this on a medium heat. Also to note, don't move it around too much right at first. Let it sit there for a second so it can develop a crust. So what I'm doing here with the Instant Pot, I'm bringing it up to a simmer first so that the pressure cook can be more effective. Okay, back to the chicken. Now it has a nice brown. We're going to flip it over, revealing that nice, beautiful color on the other side. That color has so much flavor and it seals in all the juices. Makes that chicken nice and juicy. Now that it's brown on both sides, I'm just going to take it out. And I'm just going to set it to the side as we move on to the next part of the recipe. I'm going to add a little bit of diced onion. You don't need much for this. You don't want to overpower it. Just a little bit of onion flavor is good. The frozen broccoli I just lightly steamed it in the microwave. If you like your broccoli a little bit on I guess a little bit more toothy, you can just add it right in, just, from room temperature. I don't like my broccoli to be too tough, so I do steam it in the microwave for about 2 or 3 minutes before I add it to my stir fry. Here I'm doing brown sugar, honey, soy sauce, I believe that's sambal, the Chinese chili spice. You can use whatever's spice to your liking, or you can omit it altogether if you're sensitive to spice. Some onion powder, some garlic powder, a splash of water. I'm going to mix that well. Now I'm going to add about a big heaping tablespoon of cornstarch. I'm going to mix that in very well. Make sure that you use cold water so that the cornstarch does not clump. Very important. You don't want lumps in your sauce. I'm adding a little bit of minced garlic to the onions. Really not necessary because there is garlic in the spicy Asian sauce, but never can have too much garlic. So I'm adding my steamed broccoli to my lightly sauteed onions and garlic. And I'm just gonna stir fry that for a couple of minutes. Where on earth did I go? Oh, here I am. I'm back. Okay. So I'm just re-stirring up that sauce. You want to make sure that you've gotten all the cornstarch thoroughly mixed into there. Very important to avoid getting lumps. So before you add it to the heat, make sure it's thoroughly stirred. It should be loose to start out with. Make sure you have enough water in it to where it looks like, you know, a loose sauce. It should be watery. But don't be afraid. As it heats up, it will thicken. It looks weird and watery right now, but just wait. And voila! As soon as it comes to a nice boil, it thickens and the sauce darkens as well. Get a nice sticky sauce. Delicious. At this point, I'm going to add back in that brown chicken from earlier. Just going to mix it in with the sauce. Doesn't that look delicious? I just love American Chinese food. It is a mess, but I love it. It's just something about the sweet and savory flavors. It's one of my favorite combinations. I'm just gonna let it sit for a few minutes. All right, it's all done. I've scooped up some of that rice, got it in a bowl, and I'm just gonna re-stir that sauce around, and we're gonna plate it up. Here you get chunks of the chicken, nice pieces of that broccoli. And since I'm extra, gotta put the sesame seeds on there. And that's it. I know you're gonna love it if you try it. Peace.